Wow, that was a good way to start the stream, wasn't it? Welcome to Laps for Leuko Day 5. We are starting the stream with a bit of a scream there because what happened today was we lost power at home. And apparently when you lose power, everything has to be reset, like your really cool, I'm a YouTube streamer round circle light in front of the screens and that sort of stuff. They don't hold their memory apparently. So just a tip for those playing at home, if you do lose power, watch your eyeballs when you turn your light globes on. So we are back with another stream. We are looking at doing about 2 hours and 20 minutes again tonight. We are driving the Radical SR8 at Circuit of the Americas. This is a league racing night. Let's have a look and give you some factual information about where I stand in the league in this particular car. I do race with the fine young gentlemen at Missed Apex Racing League. They keep me company and in check most days. So the championship ladder we're looking at here sees me in third place after one round. So we had one round so far and I finished third. What did I actually finish though? There was two races. I finished second in the first race and I finished sixth in the second race. So not a great result overall. However, it did leave me third in the championship. So I'll take that as a bit of a win, I think. We'll call it a win. Going to make sure Discord is switched on here and jump into the Radical chat. Like always, we will be involved in the Missed Apex Racing League Discord chat at the same time as streaming. Now, really cool news tonight, guys. Like, this is probably the best news ever. Wait for it. I actually got the dash overlay to work. Now, I know, just relax. It's like mind blowing, but we got it. So down the bottom of the screen in the center is the dash that I have on my screen. Let's hope it stays there all night, hey? Let's hope it stays there. I'm going to jump back out of the car again quickly because I need to talk about Circuit of the Americas. We are driving at a 5.52 kilometer track. We have a format of two 25-minute races for the league race, so two fairly long races, but wow, this car's loud. Two fairly long races, but that's half the fun of racing on iRacing, is doing decent length races. So this car is loud, everything's out of whack. I've got to turn up my butt kicker. Which way is the uppity up button? It's that one. Okay, so this is the first lap. I actually didn't own Circuit of the Americas on iRacing. I owned it on Assetto Corsa Competizione when we were racing with the league guys. Very technical track through these S's. And through this section. And through this section. It's basically a tough track. So tonight is once again about preservation of our car on track. So we're driving the Radical SR8. We've got the Leukodystrophy Australia livery on board. We are all set to go. So this session here is an open test session. So in any particular racing game you can just practice, which is so much cooler than the real world. Like, could you imagine setting up a street course just so you could jump in and practice in real life? Like, excuse me, mayor of whatever city, I need to practice my racing for the weekend. Set up the track for me so I can come out and race. Well, you don't have to on iRacing. You can do it in your living room. In your living room, even though Circuit of the Americas is always there, this is a permanent racetrack. It means that I don't have to fly to America. Where is this place? Somewhere in America. I don't have to fly there to practice. I can do it in my living room. So that's pretty cool. So as I was saying, the session we're doing here is a test session. Reason for that, and I don't practice for league races, hand on heart, I swear, I don't practice for league races. What I do practice for is laps for Leuko though. So the league races start at 7, and they only go for about an hour and 40 minutes, and I thought, well, that's not enough opportunity to do laps for you guys. So what are we going to do? We're going to do practice laps ahead of it. What it also does, it makes me look like a better driver when I get into the league race. So it's all a bit of smoke and mirrors. But it's extra laps for Leuko and extra time in the sim rig and extra practice for me as we go through these sections. Now I think that's going to be an off track. So remember where you are on track, Travi. I think a few guys will practice. Like I said, I only bought the track this morning. I think it was this morning. It was this morning. Haven't had a need to use it, but league racing presents a very good need, and I've got to defend my third place in the championship standings. Now I do need to let you guys know tonight I am the sole representative of James. He is sitting right behind me on the couch here, watching V8 supercars from Sydney Motorsport Park, I believe it is, while his brother and mum are at the Port Adelaide AFL final. So they are probably there now, probably in the rain. I'm not. I'm driving from the safety of my lounge room, and James is living his best life. Even to the point, like I promised last night in my stream, we had KFC for dinner. Yummy. I haven't had KFC for a while, and I understand why. But Jamesy does love himself a bit of KFC, so yeah, I just heard him in the background. Yeah, he does. He's having chicky. He doesn't get very many words out, that young man, but chicky is one of them, and he knows we're talking about him. Oh, he knows we're talking about him. Good on him. So tonight, as I said, I am looking after James as well, like I do every single day. Most other nights through laps for Leuko, I have the support of the wife and the little brother Mitchell. But tonight we'll do it solo, so it does mean the stream will be interrupted by me jumping in and out of the simulator just to check on his welfare, make sure he's happy and comfortable. And the lucky young man has a student free day, if I can remember that corner. He has a student free day tomorrow, so he will be having a late night because he wants to watch race cars and listen to me talk about him. And he had a student free day today, so he had a late night last night as well. And he had an amazing day today, from what I understand. I was working from home. And he was laughing a fair bit from what I heard. That's the most important thing, as long as he's enjoying his days off. That's all I care about. Or even if he doesn't enjoy his days off, even if he enjoys his days at school. It's the most important thing. Just enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Now this car is a clutch assisted sequential gearbox, so we drive that with the relative pedals just to add a layer of difficulty. It is so much easier to drive without the clutch, but who wants to do easy? It's probably faster to drive without the clutch too, let's be brutally honest. Manual cars are pretty much old news in the world of anything really. I remember driving my old manual. What car did I have? I can't even remember. I used to only ever buy manual cars when we were driving cars that still used chokes to start them and all that fun stuff. But nowadays everything's automatic. These are in real life clutch assisted sequential, so we are driving according to that. And I have had a bit of a play with... Hey buddy, how you doing? I've had to play with a couple of H-pattern cars in... what have we played? Sorry mate? Are you still doing the update? Ooh. It's 12 gig, hey? Pretty big. So Jet just jumped in and... I've got to turn up Discord, I've got it all the way down, so... No, I literally bought it not long ago. Just going to turn up my audio here. Ah! There we go. Now I think like everyone we avoided buying it because it sucks. As they surely you'd know it from ACST, boys. It's that one with the SS section that you understeer through, and then it's got the tighter corner after the tighter corner, and it's like just, oh, we'll whack a corner here, and oh no, hang on, we'll make this one a hairpin, but you think it's not going to be a hairpin. I won't spoil too much of the fun for you though. Absolutely, mate. Just to remind yourself. Alrighty, so I did turn up the boys in Discord a little bit too much. I'll turn them down on the next stream. The guys are just joining in, and like me, none of them have COTA, Circuit of the Americas. So iRacing is going to do a roaring trade tonight out of Missed Apex Racing League. Discord, come at me. Oops, turn them down to about 90%. We went up to 120, it was way too loud. Way too much people talking in my ear. I'm here to talk to your people and talk in your ears. I get distracted by people talking in my ear as well. So when we pay this track out, it is only because we're not great at it. So the right thing to do is blame the track. A good tradesman always blames his tools. Oh, don't hit those. Okay, lesson learned. So, day 5, laps for Leuko. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself so far. It's only 5 days in, which means we've still got 25 days to go after tonight. But I think we're doing a good thing. I really do. It's going to certainly test me, that's for sure. I'm already noticing the little bit of fatigue thinking about what I need to do for the next live stream, thinking about what I need to do to get the dash up and running on the screen. So it's a bit of an insight to me into the world of a content creator. Like I said, I'm absolutely not going to call myself that at all, but it's kind of cool to know how the guys were doing it. So the guys we normally watch, Jimmy Broadbent, Matt Malone, a lot of those guys had 9-to-5 jobs and were still managing to stream and make good content. So it's interesting to see how you do it, and especially trying to couple that with managing a child with additional needs. It's an interesting scenario, and I'm glad I get to experience it. I really do consider myself very lucky. Very lucky. So today, I think I mentioned in the stream last night, we have started the process to get some additional support workers to help with young James. We ended up, so I had actually planned to start one of them next week, but it worked out that we started both of them this week because I'm off on annual leave next week. I get to have a bit of a holiday and get some work done at home. So I figured I'd start the school pickup times when I knew I was going to be on leave. But then we thought, well, no, we'll just kick it off and get it underway. So he had one young lady on Wednesday night who was thoroughly entertaining for him, and he had an absolute blast. And then we are going to remember that corner one time tonight. If not, we're not. That's where we'll come unstuck with our off tracks. I don't think we'll do 17 laps in a race though, so that's our saving grace. So we had one young lady on Wednesday night. So the idea is that because that's my anchor day in the city, it's a bit nicer to have someone for James to hang out with, just for the couple of hours after school and go to the shops or go for a walk or just come home and play games. Not that we don't entertain him when he's home, but it's an easy opportunity to squeeze in some assistance without having to worry about the added difficulty of teaching therapists and different schedules, so it's a very, very relaxed day for us. And then today and tomorrow you had a student free day, so we got onto the booking system early, and another prime opportunity to introduce James to the world of support workers, because we're working from home at the moment, and we knew we could be around to answer any questions that a support worker may have had while we were here. So he had an amazing day playing with cars. He was out throwing the ball. He was drawing. He got to show the support worker how much he loves to throw his texters on the floor. It was just really cool, and very, very, very humbled by the fact that we've got those sort of services. I think I've said it a couple of times potentially. I'll probably say it another 25 times in chat. But it's actually really, really amazing to have that level of service available, and the genuine passion for helping. Yeah, you're exactly right, mate. There's none. It's like, oh, hang on, let's throw a corner in. Yeah, it's a typical American track as well, because they tighten. Have you noticed that? Every corner tightens on exit. Because they suck. Yeah, so it was great because the girls that we had on board, we don't have a preference for male or female helpers at all. We just managed to find a couple of young ladies that seemed interested in helping. They're both studying at the moment as well, so it's good to help them get a bit of extra income and experience for their. I think we'll blame Jumbo because he's not here yet. That's a very good point. We'll blame Michael then when he gets here. What was I saying? So yeah, it helps them with their studies and their development as well, and we're fully comfortable with the understanding that we will change carers throughout life. These people won't be here forever, but it's a very easy way to get involved in that process and familiarise ourselves and James with what it's like and how it works, and how much notice we need to put into planning and just all the little details. No, that's right. That's the very first thing I noticed when I got this game, was that sense of elevation change. So yeah, it's been a busy day. Managed to have I'm feeling pretty positive about it actually. It was really great to see James happy with other people. He was genuinely so excited when we got to school yesterday with one of his helpers. She obviously hadn't met him at that stage, but it was really cool, and she was yeah, I think even when she met him in the classroom and saw how cheeky and happy he was, I think she, yeah, it was really a special moment. So I will remember that probably forever, I think. Even today, just seeing James knew that his helper was coming, and when she got here, he was so excited. He's got these few really happy noises that he makes, and it's really cool. But tonight he's stuck with me, so I don't know if I'm as exciting as them. He's probably bored with me, but I certainly make him laugh a little bit. Well played. It was great until I had to buy COTA, and yeah, well, I was trying to avoid buying it because it sucks. But we're racing here. So Jumbo did buy COTA, from what I was just informed. No, I'd let it stand. He didn't do enough to stop Jumbo from putting it in the list. don't know what the lap times we're aiming for are. What I do know is it's not... I reckon what my strategy is going to be is start from the pits. Oh, do you know what I could do actually? I could adjust my force feedback, that might help. Oh, yeah, it went up 0.5. Nope, that didn't help. Okay, it's still definitely just a skill issue. So iRacing had a big update today. It is the week 13 mid-season break, and there's a few new cars that have been added. There's a couple of new tracks. There's some changes to the graphics. It's pretty good. I mean, what we're seeing at this track, nothing's been refreshed here. Nothing changes in this car. But the game's starting to look really good. I reckon this should be a lot faster through here, but not confident. How many laps have we done? 8 laps. 8 laps, 5.5 kilometers. Whee! There we go. 9 laps. We're going to get one more in. We're going to get a couple more in. 9, 10. We'll do 50 kilometers in practice. Then I will quickly jump out and check on James before we load into the race server. So tonight's a pretty good indication of what it could be like for a normal family evening for us. That's the line. This is going to be a fast lap. I can feel it already. Really? Oh, that might be worth a look. Chet was just telling us about a game on Xbox Game Pass. So if we've got Xbox Game Pass, we can play games on our computers. Play games on your Xbox Game Pass on your PC in your sim. That's I thought of Nissan Extra when I saw it. That corner's a bit too slow, Trevi. The boys are driving their new... I told you it was going to be. That was faster by a second. I'm basically a pro at this track now. I'll make this my last lap, another 2 minutes. That'll be 11 laps. Feeling it now, I'm feeling it. Oh, that's the entry. Whoop, that's... Oh no, that's not the line. Yeah, I use it every time, Jet. It's amazing. It changes the feel of the car and everything. James is watching some YouTube shorts at the moment. Yeah, they changed that through the force feedback. Remember that one I told you to turn to 0 and 1, Michael? That's the force feedback change. So that's what it'll be. Alright, so that's 11 laps done. Across the finish line. Now I'll jump out of the sim rig here. I'll park on the side and I'll play the replay of the car running around from the outside, just so I can jump in and go and just check on Jamesy quickly. So we'll go TV3 and we'll go lap 2, and we'll go play. We'll check that we're on there. So there we go. All right, I will. I'm just going to check on Jamesy, who's just behind me. I'll be back in a second, guys, and we'll switch over to the race server. So we've done 11 laps in practice. I'm just recording all this, and then I'll add it all up at the end. So it's 5.52 kilometers. Oh, I think James has finished with something there. So I'll be back in a sec, guys. Cheers. All right, sorry about that, guys. We have the young James Mader all sorted. He's cozy and watching his YouTube shorts, and and all his Bathurst and Supercars videos on TV. So what do we got on here? May as well add some laps while we are watching the car run around. So I did want to have a bit of a chat today about racing for James. So what is racing for James? What is it? What is it? Racing for James is Racing for James is my project. It's something I created. James is 12. So we created this back in, I think 11 years ago. I think it was 11. It might have been 10 years ago. And 10 years probably sounds about right. I was working in panel shops, so panel beater by trade, and I was working in panel shops, and like all kids, we had toys, so we were building race cars and having a bit of fun and doing sort of carnicross events and um, autocross events and looking to get into Gymkhana, which is tarmac courses. And I had a Nissan Bluebird at the time, and I decided that I wanted to try and do something with the project and give a reason to effectively have stickers on my race car, because every race car needs stickers. Um, just going to log into the race server with these boys here. Sorry about them. I think that's my mic that's catching my breathing there. I'd probably prefer to keep breathing if I can. There we go. Schedule. What are we doing here? Oh, I think I made a terrible mistake. View session and register. Here we go. Game on. Yeah, so as we're loading in here, so sorry, I'm just going to write a message to my wife. Where? Okay, so I was saying it was a good excuse to effectively have stickers on a race car. We built a company rally car first up. I think there were four of us that were really keen on the project. A few of the guys in the shop were more keen to drive on tarmac stuff, but we were pretty keen to have a bit of fun tearing around the dirt tracks, which were only 20 minutes from where I was living at the time. So we were building their cars, and then I thought, well, I need to do the right thing and buy myself a race car as well. Yeah, so we decided that we would build our own race car, and I had a chat with the wife and agreed that yeah, it was going to be something that I was going to do because I wanted something of my own, and I needed a toy, something to sort of show for my work that I was doing as a panel beater at the time. And it was a great idea. Like I said, it was so good to have my own car, and the idea behind the idea behind owning your own race car is really cool. But the old adage of how do you make $1 million out of racing, start with 10 million, is true. It's not a okay. So So yeah, I was saying it was a good way to have stickers on a race car, and I wanted something. I'm going to repeat myself here. I wanted something that I could show for my work. So I actually bought. My car was a Nissan Bluebird, and I actually bought a very, very clean Nissan Bluebird shell, um, which I spent a bit of time, fully gutted the shell. We did fully seam weld inside and out, so all the body joins we joined together with MIG welding. We re-undercoated the whole body, put everything back together, added welded diffs and custom suspension arms and lots of bits and pieces to turn it into a race car. And at the time I was building and working on race cars with other guys. So we had a shed that we worked out of. It was other people's sheds, but I would be in there, and being the resident panel beater, I'd spend time fixing their cars, and they actually gave me a couple of really good opportunities to drive they're actually state championship winning rally car. I got to drive it as a course car on a hill climb, which was an amazing experience. It was a real good day out, and I'll never forget flying up that hill in a full gravel spec rally car with tarmac tyres. I mean, it had proper tune suspension and everything, but it was really great fun. And it was at that point though I'd already sort of had a few failings with the Racing for James rally car project. I had some issues with the engine, and it fell apart mostly because of mechanical reasons. We had to rebuild the engine 3 times, and I actually think it's a really funny story now, and I look back on it and it's a learning experience. I don't know why all these things happen, but the very first time we built it was a human error. Unfortunately, the bottom end bearings got put in incorrectly, so they blocked the oil jackets in the crankshaft, and basically metal to metal on the crankshaft after a little bit of runtime. So we had to rebuild the bottom end, get all the metal filings out, re-clean everything, and get it up and running again. After that, so we went to get it running again, and then for some reason when I was running the car, getting it started, the car backfired, and I'm not exactly sure what happened, but so the car was firing up. It wasn't running, it was firing up. It would ignite and it would start, but we were trying to mess with the tuning to get the car running. And what happened was the car actually backfired, and then it never started again. And so we pulled the top end of the motor off, and we found out that the valves had hit the pistons and bent all the valves. It lost compression and destroyed the motor. So we rebuilt the head, got new valves, cleaned up the pistons, got everything up and running again. And then the third time around, you're not going to believe what happened. So the third time around, we don't know what it was or where it come from, but there was an oil restrictor into the cylinder head on a CA18, and for some reason that was blocked. So the camshaft starved of oil. While the car was running, basically the camshafts melted the bearings and destroyed another head. So that was the effectively last time the car was running, and I really just decided, no, enough's enough. Like, there's obviously a reason this car doesn't want to be a thing. So sat it away for a good 18 months. We managed to pick up some interstate work and had some spare dollars to try one more time. But I got the car running, had it running, and that's actually on my Facebook page. You'll see when we started the car up. But after we started the car up, there must have been a wiring issue, because the intake wiring loom actually melted. So there must have been an earth short or something wired slightly incorrectly, and it was creating excessive heat in the cylinder head area, and it melted the wiring loom. So that's where the car sat for another, when that was in 2018, and I sold the car in 2021, I think it was. So it sat there for another 3 years, and yeah, never saw the light of day again, unfortunately. But It was, like I said, it was a project that I probably dedicated way too much time to. But I was so committed to trying to make it work for charity. So it was a project built to raise money, much like I'm doing here online. We were raising money for Novita Children's Services, who were or still are the support providers for James, where we get all of his physio, occupational therapy, speech therapy, etc. So it was my way to try and find a way to give back to the community. And again, it's exactly the same as what I'm doing now. Exactly the same, through the same motorsport passions, same intentions. And then I actually moved away into a different sport altogether for 5 years. So I was actually competing in a national sporting competition, having quite a lot of fun, making a lot of mates, and travelling the country. I went to interstate a couple of times to shoot matches and play. But what's happened, as you can imagine, caring for a family and having needs at home, it got pretty difficult to actually get away to the sporting matches, and it come to the point where I really couldn't do it anymore, and I couldn't be competitive either. I wasn't going to invest so much money in something that I just couldn't go and practice. So I actually decided to move away from that completely, and that happened. So the decision to move away from that happened this year after James was diagnosed with Leukodystrophy, which, to be fair, I hadn't been involved in the sport for about 18 months at that stage anyway, because I was busy renovating home and putting in our pool and doing all that sort of stuff. So I was actually really quite out of the loop anyway. And I was always hopeful, much like my race car, that I could actually get back out there and do it again. But after James was diagnosed, I really quickly recognised that I just need to sell my equipment. I just need to get out of it and focus on what I'm enjoying here, which is sim racing. So I had the sim rig in 2022, I think. I got into this just as a bit of a hobby. I got into sim racing actually in 2021. My wife was working shift work, and it was a good way to fill the voids while she was working at night after the kids went to bed. So, and that's where I found the league stuff and really got into that side of it. She works with me now, so that's all changed, but I still have plenty of time to race in the evenings because we spend all day together. The last thing we want to do is hang out at night. So so effectively we get plenty of time together, don't worry, and I have my nights off normally, but she's well and truly aware of my passion for motorsport and James's passion for motorsport. So the sim racing is effectively my new hobby that's taken over real world motorsport and sport shooting, competitive shooting, both of which I really enjoyed in their own rights. And it, like anything in life, it wouldn't be me without having hobbies in the past, or I wouldn't be where I am now without the successes and fails of what I've had over the last 10 years. But this sim racing is filling the void, and motorsport's what I've always truly loved. As much as I love competitive shooting as well, I really genuinely loved it, and I thought I was doing okay at it, to be modest. This has me at home. Like to obviously practice shooting, you've got to be at the range every weekend if you don't have a property that you can practice on. And sim racing, I can practice at night. You know, the kids go to bed. I can do it on the weekends. I'm not 2 hours away from home at any one time, so I can be here. And it seems silly because I can manage to do 24-hour races and all of that sort of stuff. But as I said, it's because I can be at home. I can be here and not have to worry about sort of travelling or being a long way at any one time. So the let's concentrate through here. So the motorsport passion for James, like I said early on, we had that real world rally car, and we were involved in motorsport events. So I used to do results for what we call Oz Gymkhana. It was basically an obstacle course on the old Mitsubishi Proving Grounds at Tailem Bend, which is now the Bend Motorsport Park. So we used to be out there and run these events, and I'd be in the timing bus, and I'd frequently take James up there, and he would actually hang around in the results bus with us, with some pretty cool race cars doing burnouts in front of us, warming up their tyres, all of that fun stuff. And we'd also do the same results and timing for hill climbs. So we'd run up to the event a few days before, set up all the signals and all the timing cables up the hills. We had a bus, Ultimate Motorsport Events, it was UME. They had a bus that was kitted out with desks and laptops and timers and everything. So we'd have that set up on the start line and sit in the bus and hear all the proper tuned hill climb cars with anti-lag and all that stuff, doing launch control, everything off the start line. And James would just sit there in awe all day watching the race cars. And it was something that he was very, 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 very fond of. Like it was an awesome time getting him out to those events, and I think that was sort of well into the building of the Racing for James rally car. He was sort of the face of it. We had an event named after him. We had race stages named after him, and I had the full intention to be in my race car and out there raising money, but for reasons I said before, it just never come to fruition, unfortunately. So we are settled to the online world now, and I think looking back on the opportunities we had, I don't think there's anything I could have done differently to make either of those projects work, because we know with life and the circumstances we've been dealt, it was always going to be the way it is. And maybe it was a bit of denial on my part, not recognising it sooner, and maybe I shouldn't have spent so much time playing with rally cars and going away shooting these national matches. But you can't look back with regret on any of that sort of stuff. And I certainly don't look back, and I don't use the term regret when I look back. I wouldn't be here doing this racing now if I didn't build a passion for motorsport, doing the limited amount of racing I'd had done. So it's all very, very relative to this project. We are going to have a terrible night here, guys. How long have we got left in the practice? We've still got 11 minutes to go. The trick is going to be, like every racing event, keeping it clean and safe. Feeling not very fast at this track though. They were 4 seconds a lap faster than us. That's quite a substantial difference. Maybe I'll concentrate. I might stop talking for a minute, see if I can piece together a lap, eh? Probably losing all of my time in those sharp hairpin corners, I imagine. Alright, we are well... Oh, there we go, we got a 3. Okay, so we're not far off. I was off track there though, so let's do another lap. Alright, I'm getting better. So maybe it was the talking. I'm going to say it was you guys making me stream for you that that was ruining my lap time. That's what it was. I'm going to blame the internet for my shortcomings. We'll get a couple more laps in. How many laps? We've done 7 laps again. We aren't going to add a hell of a lot of laps, I'd say. That's okay though. Good thing is it is still time in the simulator. Still time driving for Leukodystrophy Australia. And now, as I mentioned, I did put a post up on Facebook today. I've had a chat with Leukodystrophy Australia and understand that a few donations have been made. So I want to thank everyone who's made those donations and anyone who's considering making one. That you are under absolutely no obligation to do so, but every single dollar raised does go to the volunteer organisation of Leukodystrophy Australia to help support children, families, and Leukodystrophy Australia researchers and all of that sort of stuff to help support communities in Australia. So thank you to everyone who has donated so far, and it's going to be interesting to see where this project really goes. Like I said, I don't know. I don't have any expectations whatsoever. I want to stream every day this month to prove to me that I can reach a goal, and the goal is to spend as much time driving as I can. That's not going to be huge amounts during the week, as I've mentioned in previous streams. It's just not physically possible for me to do 6 hours a night. I think my body would fall apart. We're going to use Brody, who's one position in front of us, and try and steal his draft down this straight. He's warming his tyres up. He's doing a practice quali run. I'm not very good at quali, so I'm not going to practice quali runs. Maybe he's breaking the draft, I don't know, either or. Let's see if we can... pick up the draft and... It's a very, very tough track, this. That's a good save by Brody in front of us there. We'll tailgate him through here and see what he's got. He's drifting that car a little bit. Maybe it's the cold tyres. Let's see what this lap time's going to be. Oh, it's not going to be very much faster at all. That's a 2:30.90, so it was, oh no, 2:02 was my fastest lap. I did get an off track on that fastest lap though, so it doesn't actually count. It counts to me, because I know I can do it, and I know the off track was only a matter of a tiny wheel off the actual racing surface. The big thing for our Racing for James project, as I said, is a community-based endeavour. Like I said, I am trying to bring the motorsport community into the lives, bring the lives of people and families with disabilities into the motorsport community. The motorsport community inherently, from my experience and my exposure in the real world, is generally a very, very good bunch of people. Like anything in life, people are always going to give back what you should always give what you hope to receive. Something like that. What is that saying? I'm not concentrating. Effectively, I've got way off track. I said I was really, really tongue-tied concentrating there, so that sounds silly. And effectively, the motorsport community is a very good community. And my experience, like I said, I got to meet a lot of cool people. It was only entry-level motorsport, nothing flash, but we still had some amazing times to share in the sheds, long hours, all that fun stuff. But the motorsport community are a great bunch of people, and being able to be involved in motorsport with the difficulties of a child with special needs, so it's out of the reach of a lot of families, full stop, and even more so restricted for us with the constraints of our lives, and even rally events, for example, getting the wheelchair out to some rally courses or service parks, it's near on impossible. So, like everything in life, it's not really catered to additional needs, and that is changing in the world. But if I can help in one way or another shed some light on the difficulties of life, or on the avenues that open up through motorsport, then that's all I can hope for. And as you'll see when we get James in the simulator later on, this sort of technology can be used to give access to children who wouldn't normally have access to sim racing. Excuse me. You can customize pedals and steering wheels and Xbox controllers and everything to actually facilitate access to children and people with physical disabilities. There's actually a couple of sim races. There's a guy who drives predominantly ovals, and my understanding, he's got cerebral palsy. He streams on YouTube, and he actually drives the ovals with a steering wheel like we are here, and he's got the Xbox controller on the top of the steering wheel, which he uses for his throttle and brake. And he's actually really quite a good driver, and it's just an amazing show of technology and what you can achieve if you really put your mind to it. So that's going to be another 11 laps. We'll pull that up there, and I will jump out of here, and I'll do another double check on Jamesy. We'll put the replay on so you guys can watch us. So we'll put that on TV2, something a little bit different. Let's go on. It doesn't have TV mixed here, unfortunately. No, that's a terrible camera. I will be 2 seconds, guys. I'll just check on James. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to sit quality out so I can get Jamesy to bed, boys. I won't be too long. So I did, you might have just heard that I am, Mr. Young James is asked me to go to bed, so I'm going to go sort him out while quali's on. I've got 7 minutes here, so I'll sit out these 2 laps. I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay, so for those playing at home, it takes exactly 8 minutes to get James ready for bed. Travi's back. Alrighty, let's so it's a bit of a chaotic night when we've not that it's any issues with that, but yeah, it makes it a bit of a chaotic evening. So we've got a here we go.
One lap to green.
One lap to green, so we where did we start? We're starting 7th. To be honest, don't care. Wow, 2 minutes in the quali lap. Hectic.
We expect to be fighting for the podium.
Going to turn the force feedback down a bit because it's so strong. Turn tyres and brakes off because I'm pretty confident one of these races I'm going to come unstuck. Okay, so League night, we are defending 3rd place in the championship at Missed Apex Racing League. We have done 22 laps of the 5.52 kilometre circuit of the Americas. There's a couple of really fast guys in the league now, which is great fun. They're going to walk away because I'm not great at this track, much like a lot of tracks I'm not great at. I'm going to race as hard as I can and follow these guys and see where this all goes tonight. I do need to at the end of this race I'll duck out very quickly and give my dog a bit of food. She's looking a bit hungry again. Should have done that quickly there, but I had all 8 minutes to get James ready for bed. So yeah, racing for James. We're in a motorsport community, and
going green.
I think the internet's a very good place for us to do this sort of thing these days. I think real world motorsport certainly had its part in or had its opportunity, but I think post COVID the online motorsport scene really took off anyway. So V8 Supercars doing all their events online, etc. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
This is going to be
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
I've got a feeling this is going to be a very, very low chat race. So we did get most of the Racing for James information through in that first half an hour session. But that's effectively the nuts and bolts of what Racing for James is. It's purely built by me. It was something that I decided, and James obviously
Car on your left.
the main face and name of Racing for James. Because he effectively can't race like I can, so it was a good way to dedicate my time in the race car, or my time away from home, and have a bit of him along with me. And the number 21 is the day he was born, so we threw the number 21 on the race car, and again, like I said, it all just ties us into that young man, and gives the whole thing a purpose. I do often wonder what I would have done without those projects. So what would I have ended up doing? I probably would have built a car of some sort, because that's the life we take. But the motorsport stuff just had to happen, because, like I said in my Mathis video, I used to watch nothing but motorsport as a kid. Some of my best memories are the Bathurst Sundays with the Sunday roads going on, and I'd build the toy cars. I am of me trying not to kill you guys.
You got a slow car on the left.
Got Bolt going through there. So I am sitting out of this sort of battle deliberately. I'm not really concentrating all that well today, and I realised what that was when I went to put James to bed before. I treated myself to a massage to try and help my back. I've been getting massages every 6 weeks, every 6 or 8 weeks.
Clear on the left.
And I had a massage today, and it was brutal. She really got stuck into my shoulders.
Left side. Keep to the right.
She really got stuck into my shoulders, and there was a couple of really, really tough spots on the right-hand side there, and it's fatigued me quite a bit. It's ruined my concentration today. I don't know what it is about the massage. It must be the endorphins it releases, or it must be
right side.
The
Clear.
just the sheer pressure on the muscles or the knots or the toxins in your body, but it's done its thing on me today. So I'm hoping tomorrow I feel pretty refreshed. Well, we finished a little bit earlier, an hour earlier on the stream today, starting at 6:30, finishing at 9 PM. But I do have the wife and Mitchell coming home from the footy game, so they won't get home until probably 11:30, I'm assuming my time. So it'll be a late night for them, but it'll also mean it'll be a late-ish night for me too, because I'll be awake waiting for them to come home like we always do.
You're in fifth.
I'm going to run down these guys in front now. Took the same line as Jay there. Again, I wasn't going to try and dive up the inside on him or do anything that's going to risk our races. Jay's been a pretty avid supporter of racing for James. Sat down and watched the oval race last night, from what I understand.
Car on your left. Clear on the left. Right side.
No, you're all good, buddy. It's racing, man.
Keep to the left. Stay on the left. Clear on the right.
We've got a fierce battle here with Jay now. We won't give up on this. We are going to race, don't you worry. He's got the inside advantage on this corner. We're both on triple screen, so he knows where I am.
Clear on the left.
See if we can go up the inside under. No, he got a much better run there. Well done, Jay.
Car right. Clear on the right.
This is what it's about, this stuff. Oh no. Jay's having a good laugh in front of us there. And Jakey just behind us said he doesn't want to catch us because he's enjoying watching the battle, so... Alright, let's settle back in. There's a bit of a battle going on, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, we're in 5th. So the 3 leaders up in front of us there.
Right side, clear on the right.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it there as well, just for fun. I've met Jay once now, and he's a very cool young man. He's got a good passion for having fun, and this league is awesome. Like I said, he's been around since the Xbox days with us, and he's great value. We've shared many a story and many of a night on the simulators. I was actually pretty stoked when he came over to iRacing, and he's starting to dabble in the endurance events as well. So we'll get him behind the wheel of a 24-hour event at some stage, I have no doubt. Just keep the peer pressure on, because that's the right thing to do, isn't it? Peer pressure. These twisty tracks are definitely hard to concentrate on talking and driving, that's for sure. The race chat has gone very, very silent in my ears. I don't know how YouTubers do it, and especially the top split guys. Like, how are they filming YouTube content while they're driving those insane lap times? Is beyond me. I can't even do it when I'm driving sub-average lap times. There's a battle going on in front of us there. We've got Old Man Jumbo, Lord Bolt, and one of the new guys, I'm not sure of his name.
Car right. Clear on the right. Car on your left. Still there, hold your line. Stay on the right. Clear.
Yeah, I was in second gear when I came out of that corner instead of first. I was like, damn it, I thought I had it. Oh, it's only a matter of time. So the problem I've got in this position is that it's a reverse grid for the first 5 cars, so I'll actually be starting the next race in first, which is not great because I'm not fast. Although, I mean, we are battling and I'm driving to not wipe out Jay in front of me, and I'm actually having a really good fun time driving it like we are. It's way, way, way more fun doing this than running laps on your own. So use my windshield tear off, windshield visor tear off there. Get rid of some of that dust and debris. It's a very technical track this, and oh, as we slide, that was a good catch. A very, very technical track here, and we're only 5 laps into what's going to be, I think, a 13 lap race. Lord Bolt and Jumbo are right on it, which is incredible. Much like Jay and I here a couple of laps ago, they're right on each other. Jumbo's been really focusing on racing rather than actually being in the chat the last couple of events, and his driving is outstanding. It is oh no.
Car on your left. Still there, hold your line. Clear.
Hit that curb. Yeah, that was scary. Yeah, did you see what happened to me in that S section? That was yeah, pretty crazy. No, it was great, mate. We didn't hit each other, and I caught that slide somehow. So that was meant to be, hey?
Right side. Still there.
Yeah, so did I. I thought it was going to go sideways and catapult down the straight.
Clear on the right.
Gripped up the steering wheel quite a lot there. Too much. Need to stay relaxed on the steering wheel. We've got Mr. Punt joining us. He was in the commentary there after that slide, and when I got caught up with Jakey, mate. It's allowed Mr. J to get away by 2 seconds. You'll notice he's been super consistent as well. Super consistent.
The lead is at 3.008.
So Punt and Jakey are now battling. I've lost 3 seconds to Jay in front. Let's see if we can catch up to him. See how we go. Run away, Jay. He's gone. He's gone. We've lost the advantage of aero. It's a very, very busy track with the clutch and the gear selector. Do I regret my decision? Absolutely not. Do I regret my decision? Absolutely. I'm going to go with Axie. It's hot work. I haven't turned my fan on. I haven't made the provisions. I've got my water bottle, which I can get a drink of down the street. And as I was saying, I've had a massage today, so I'm feeling dehydrated from that. Just got to flush all the toxins and rubbish out of my body with that good old H2O. We'll sweat it out in the sim rig. We are having a success with my back injury. So I had the good old middle-aged man blown disc. It's from abusing my back as a tradesman and probably doing stupid amounts of renovations that I shouldn't have been doing and caring for James. So it's been a good 18 months. It's been a good old 18 months of recovery. It's been crazy, really. I've been a bit worried about how it's going to go long term, but it's reached a point now where massages, dry needling, Pilates are really starting to actually do their thing, and I think I'm getting enough core strength to really keep everything smooth and stress-free as much as I can. Still got a long way to go in ensuring that I am comfortable to push like I used to. But at the moment, I've learnt my lesson. You only get one body. And once I get back to a point where I can start exercising like I used to, we go on bike rides and all that sort of stuff. I'd love to be going for jogs again and light runs, not anything too strenuous, because I know running's not the best thing for your back overall. But I will get back into that, and no more of the stupid heavy lifting, pushing myself too fast. It's time to stop doing that, because I can't afford to do my back again, and James can't afford me to do my back again. Oh no, bad luck, man. Tyres just heated up there and snapped on you, didn't they?
New fast flat for you. You're in 4th position.
think we've definitely had success with James going to bed. I had to listen out just now while I was quiet to see if he's up and awake, but I think he's had a really big day, meeting his helper and playing some silly games and just having fun. And he ate plenty of food and went to bed early, so I think he's a growing young boy still. It's good. He does know what he wants, and I sat down to check on him before the qualifying started. He did the old signal that he wanted to go to bed. So I asked him if he was sure, and he was definitely sure he was done for the day. So I think he might be feeling a bit sad because Mum's not here as well. He does gravitate towards Mum quite a bit more than me most of the time. When it is just us, he obviously loves our interactions and has fun. But I certainly picked up on earlier in the evening when they left for the footy. He got a little bit sad, and you could hear him sort of whimpering a little bit for Mum. But that's okay. He's allowed to, and if getting to bed early comforts him and helps him through, that's all that matters. And like I said, I'm here to do whatever he needs and whatever he wants, really. I said I don't have to be the favourite parent. Like every kid, he's not going to like me all the time. That's perfectly fine. Hell of a battle going on in the top three. It's a hell of a battle. It's awesome to see that stuff. There's a hotly contested battle there. Very, very respectful, and we're all doing pretty similar lap times, so I'm never going to catch them now unless there's a bit of an incident, which we don't want. We want to see those guys, and Lord Volt is streaming as well. He's on Twitch, I believe he is. Racing for James. He's got up on his display screen, and he's got the Laps of Leuko donation link. So hopefully we can spread the word a little bit more through the internet and help grow the Racing for James channel. We'll be going back to normal video, like of my league nights and that sort of stuff after this month. I will do live streaming of major special events and some league nights for a bit of fun.
Car 23 is up the front.
That certainly will be the plan to
20 more laps.
To just put more content out there and have a bit of fun. And like I said, there will be other fundraising opportunities. There will be other events going on in the world that we can enter and bring our Leukodystrophy Australia cars to. So there's other major events that run that might get us a bit of exposure on the iRacing scene. I know people are spotting and watching, and they might see the logos and wonder what they're about. Maybe they won't, but they'll certainly see more of the Racing for James logo on iRacing than they did in the real rally car scene. Obviously in real life the participation and spectators for entry-level motorsport is quite small, and like it is online, but obviously I statistically race with more people online through different events, so you just naturally get a bit more exposure. So I feel like it's a pretty good medium to get our message across. Don't let go of the steering wheel of the race car, Trevi. Need some water though, it's getting hot, and starting on the outside of turn 1 next lap. Next race. We'll be in P2 unless I do something stupid. And Jakey mate will hold on to P1. It's going to be 2 more laps by the look of it. Those guys have just crossed the line. Yep, there'll be 2 laps. Oh, Travie. Hold on to it. It's me not concentrating again. I was more worried about figuring out how many laps there were going to be and missed my braking point and overcorrected it, etc. It certainly is, man. Jay was just saying it's a long 25 minutes. It absolutely is. This is a very, very technical track. I wonder what it'd be like being a Formula 1 driver and doing this. Maybe I'll have to bring the IndyCar around here, just get an idea on what it'd be like to drive in a high downforce car. It'd be really easy getting through those S's. The S's tighten though as you're going through them, so it's so painful. So as you go through, you've got to really slow down and race through them. Even watching the NASCAR series here earlier in the year, it was insane watching them go through and trying to navigate a NASCAR through a road course, something like this, is insane. Something predominantly built to go left, go fast and turn left, and then take it around through the S's at Circuit of the Americas. No, thank you. Doesn't mean I won't try at some stage though. I think after last night's video on the NASCAR, I feel like we should really try and keep at it, given the success of my new steering wheel.
The car in P1.
Should put a white flag this time around, hopefully. Yep.
2.15, last lap.
Tell you what, I'm not sad to see that last lap flag, that's for sure. Not sad whatsoever. Wow. So we added 11 laps in the practice session, 13 laps in this race, and 13 laps in race 2. There's a 15-minute window in between the 2 races again. My dog's actually gone to sleep, but I will get her up to give her some food because I'm not a horrible human most of the time. And she does like me. I'm her favourite human. So Mum gets to be James's favourite, I get to be Hazel's favourite. It's going to be a bit disappointed tomorrow because I have to go out for work. She can see me put my work uniform in the morning and like, no, Daddy, don't leave me. Then we're streaming again tomorrow night, Friday. I'm almost tempted to do another 90-lap oval race. I could do another 2.5 hours at Charlotte Roval, but we are going to spend Saturday night there. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what we'll drive tomorrow night yet. I haven't got a plan. That's Friday nights are the ones that are actually mostly missing from my schedule plan. And although last night the NASCAR wasn't on my schedule either though, so we haven't exactly stuck to the schedule for the first 5 days, but that doesn't really matter. We are doing laps and laps count in whatever car we're driving, and everything I'm doing on iRacing this year, yeah, let's do this whole year. Everything we're doing on iRacing this month is going to be streamed and counted towards laps for Leuko. I won't be doing any other driving except for what I'm streaming. So there's no practice going on in the background. There's no smoke and mirrors. There's none of that. What do we do? 14 laps.
Good job. Very good job.
14 laps, and so we're at 25 laps plus the 34 laps we've managed to get in at this track. It's not going to be a huge amount of laps. So another. Wow, that was hot work. Just going to send a message to Lord Volt and Mr. Jumbo there. It is a 15-minute break. We are going to get out and do a few more laps. Don't you worry about that. I'm just going to send these boys a message. Where is the chat with those boys? All right. All right. Sent them a message to compliment them on their driving. It's oh, I can hear talking in my ear. We're actually we've got the all the sound the atmosphere, whatever they call it. Uh, the event sounds. Why atmosphere? Oh, wow. I am so scattered from that massage today, guys. I am so scattered from that massage. It's really messed with my vocabulary. Very scattered from it. Wow. I've had massages plenty of times before and not really felt like this, so maybe I didn't drink enough water beforehand. Maybe I don't know. Cold ties. I don't really know, but either way, it's not great. I had a feeling like this after I had dry needling the first time. It was because dry needling, obviously, much like a massage, targets the muscles that are giving you pain, and it really did mess with me after a few days. So after, I think it was about day 3, I got really fatigued, which apparently is fairly normal. And as I said, I haven't had that feeling from a massage before, so just forgive me for this evening, guys. Probably not the most exciting video to watch, or the most exciting commentary, but it's also going to be a long month as well. As I said, I am going to be online every single night, and there are going to be times where I don't have a lot to say because I'm trying to talk for, well, I'm doing 2.5 hours a night. 13, not spinning, we good. They're just putting messages up on the screen. So we're doing 12.5 to 13 hours per week during the week alone. Plus, I did 5 hours on Sunday. I'll do 5 hours this Saturday. So that's 24 hours effectively a week. I'll be aiming to stream. It's not a huge amount by any stretch, but couple that with life. And rescuing my back injury and all that sort of stuff. It's made quite the recipe for a bit of fatigue. So what I am going to do, I'm going to jump out and go and feed the dog, like I said I would. And I said, you have to forgive me tonight. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather after that massage. But we will keep at it, guys. The big thing is we will keep at it. Let's watch some of that race with Jamlin here. I'll just go feed the dog. We won't be too long. We have one very happy dog. She's having a little bit of dinner. All right, so just chatting with the guys Bolt and Jumbo who were right up there at the front of that race, and that was good. That was good. That was good. Those boys, when they're on, they're on. They do have a habit of smashing into each other, which is always quite funny. They've got a bit of a fun relationship, those two boys. So it's always good to see that banter and that fun. Let me have a quick Google here at the Port Adelaide scores and see if I'm going to have a happy Mitchell or a sad Mitchell. Port Adelaide. Let's see if we get the live scores, hey? He was pretty stoked when we mentioned last week that we were going to get the tickets to his game. Live scores. What are we up to here? Has the game started yet? What time is it? It's 8:18. Yeah, they should be well and truly into the game. We've got 7 minutes left. I'm not going to jump in the sim, guys. I'm pretty fatigued, like I mentioned a couple of times. So this is going to be a pretty quiet stream, and I don't at all blame you guys if you if you struggle to sit around and watch this one. It's certainly certainly a learning exercise, and I will be doing another 13 or 14 laps in the race. But to manage doing the driving in between as well, I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I can, and I will. We'll see at the event for sure. We'll add up all the races, and we'll get tomorrow night's stream together, and we'll probably maybe aim to drive at Charlotte Roval, so I don't have to try and learn a new track or a new car. But we'll see how we pull up tomorrow. That's going to be the major thing, really, is to see how this post-massage fatigue feels. Results. Why can't I find the footy results? Oh, here we go. The Geelong Cats are up by 20 points. We're approaching half time, and Port Adelaide are down by 20 points. There you go. That's going to see them doing it the hard way at Adelaide Oval there. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So we'll see. We'll see at the end of the race. We'll do a bit of a check-in on the scores and see whether we're going to have a happy child. Either way, he'll be happy with the experience. It's probably the biggest crowd of footy he's ever been to. He's been to a few footy games now, but this will be actually near on a sellout, I'd imagine. So. We've got 4 minutes to go. I will go track down the dog in a second. She'll be happy with the dinner in her tummy, and she'll be eager to get back to her little bed here with me. Just having a chat with the boys about my fatigue. Going for the sympathy vote here, trying to get sympathy from everyone. So you guys as well as the guys in the race. We've got to have something to complain about, don't we? We have to. No, like I said, guys, I appreciate you sticking with me, and not all these streams are going to be the most fun to watch. They're not. It's just the facts of life, and don't get me wrong, I'm having fun doing this stream as well. Absolutely having fun doing this stream. It's not that I'm not. It's just trying to manage my hydration. And I might never get a massage on a race day again after this. What do we got here? While we wait for the new build to be released, here's a message from Brian. Oh, okay. So they're updating the graphics engine in iRacing. So there's a fair bit going on in the background. And they're talking about calibrating the colours of cars so the cars are actually brighter, which is pretty cool. Metallic paints and all that sort of stuff. It is kind of exciting. So we're going to be having some shiny paint cars, which means we'll need to send our cars back to Jumbo's chop shop for a bit of freshen up post update, from what I understand. That would be nice. Okay, I'm just going to go let the dog back in. Bear with me 2 seconds. I got into the laundry and the cat was in there thinking I was going to feed her as well. I think she forgot that I actually gave her food already. Cats are funny critters like that. They're very, very bossy, especially mine. I think she's a little bit old now, and she seems to, as I move my thing rig, she seems to forget that I've actually already given her food. So she's done that again to me now, and she looked bitterly disappointed when I let the dog in and didn't fill up her bowl of biscuits. But that's all right. She can hassle Mum when she gets home from the footy. Let's do this, boys. All right, time for race 2, guys. We're going to have a minute here, and then we'll be into the grid. Oh, there is the grid. Absolutely ready to go. Absolutely time to grid up. Here we go. We are starting in P2.
One lap to green.
Excuse the slow car at the front.
The estimated strength of field is 1,336. Pit road is closed.
We'll call ourselves a rolling roadblock, Jakey boy. What do you reckon? All right, there's the good old banter from the boys behind. Where are we? Oh, so we start at the top of the hill. No, where are we? Oh, okay, we're on the back straight here. So we are in P2 because we finished in 4th place. Reverse grid for the top 5. The guys behind us, Jumbo, Lord Vol, and I'm not sure who the other new guy is. He's not on my relative. He's in the green car there. He's Rapid. I say let's go now, Jakey mate.
Catch the pace car.
Alright, so we are going to be contending with faster traffic in this race as well, so this might be exciting content if you've just tuned in. You are watching Racing for James and our September Leukodystrophy Awareness Month, Laps for Leuko, with our I'll probably do that to myself. You guys have seen me start race cars before. So yeah, this is our Racing for James Laps for Leuko project, and we are going to be off and racing here. We got the jump early. I knew he was going to go early, but old man Jumbo is like 4 behind us. I've got the
The next car's the leader. Car on your left.
We got Lord Volt up the inside of us there.
Clear. Car on your left. Clear on the left. There's an incident behind.
So I might actually tune into this battle and let you guys watch me racing.
Right side. Clear.
The virtual mirror at the top of the screen is not calibrated. I actually put that up for you guys because you can't actually see any of the mirrors behind this car. I don't want to hold up Jumbo too much here either.
Left side.
Becomes on the inside.
Still there.
Let him through.
Still there. Clear.
We'll tuck in and race with him. So this old man Jumbo in front of us, he's the Grand Poobah of Missed Apex Racing League. And like I said, we'll stay quiet for a bit of this race. I don't want to crash into any of these boys. They are racing incredibly well. If I can stick with them though, it might be really rewarding and good content. So we'll see how we go.
Car on your left. Still there. Stay on the right.
Take the off track and get that pass.
Clear on the left.
Now we're going to stick with these boys if we can. Let's see how we go. If I can stick in the draft and pick up the braking points, we'll be okay. Jumbo and Volt's
You've got a slow car on the right. Go left.
Alright, let's run away with Jumbo here.
The next car's the leader.
Let's go! And so he's only 1.6 seconds back, so need to keep it clean and not fight with old man Jumbo here.
On your left. Clear.
I think I go a little bit too wide there. We've got Lord Volt coming up on us. He's much faster. But we're only not too far off, and Jumbo is certainly on pace with him, so we're going to try and use that to our advantage. Stick in the draft. Let off early here. Match his braking point. Roll through the corner. He's on the throttle. Maybe there is method to not chatting when you're racing at technical tracks like this. I said it doesn't make very good YouTube live streaming. However, I'd probably much rather you guys watching racing than hearing my stumbling speech through lack of energy levels. Lord Volt's back on to us with 410s already. He's a little bit cleaner in there. this is going to be an intense battle if I can stick at it with these boys.
Left side. Stay on the right.
Bolt looking up the inside there, we've got the run on the move. Let's see if we can enter this three-way dogfight now. I don't know where the other gentleman at the front of the pack was. I don't know exactly where he is, whether he left the Discord.
Right side. Stay on the left. Clear.
Got the clean pass done.
Right side.
He's up the inside for this
Still there.
section though.
Clear on the right.
Hope you don't break there, Travi. Don't know what corner I thought that was, but it wasn't the one that I thought it was. I really enjoy racing these guys. They are very respectful on track. We've got 6 off tracks already. This is how many laps do we do? 14. So we've got 6 on the first 2 laps.
Car on your left. Keep to the right. Clear.
Yeah, I'm not getting it, Jumbo, I don't think. Actually feel a bit stronger through this section than these boys. You have the advantage of the aerodynamic toe, car punching a hole in the area in front of me. It's going to be a long 25 minutes fighting a three-way battle here.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Stay on the outside. Jumbo's holding the defensive line there, which he's absolutely entitled to do so. Brody, that's who the other driver was. He's back on board because he must have started at the back of the field or in pits or something.
Left side. Still there, hold your line. Stay on the right. Keep to the right. Clear. Right side. Stay on the left. Clear on the right.
Checked up a little bit on the corner there. Wow. Got to stop getting off tracks on that corner exit or I'm going to have a drive through soon. So go under the lights themselves. Alright, we're going to try something as we go through the start finish line. There's a speed bump on the start finish line apparently. This is good intense racing as we almost got killed by Mr. Volt there. Plenty of room, mate. You can't get on the gas early on these things because they do have a tendency to want to slip the back end out, so as much as it's tempting to try and shoot up the inside of Jumbo on a lot of these corners, there's just not enough in it.
Left side. Still there.
Try the old switcheroo.
Clear on the left.
Bye.
Right side.
Let's let Michael up in
Still there.
on the
Clear
inside
on the right.
there.
Car right. Clear on the right.
He wasn't giving that one up, that's for sure. It's See the Racing for James logo on the side of his car there? It's not a second gear corner, it's a third gear corner, that one. We don't want to let them get away now and drive to mistakes. We need to try and follow these boys and stick with them. Yep, there absolutely is. Yeah, I got it. It's under the lights. No, I didn't. I did feel for that as well. We all did the same there. It allowed me to catch back up a little bit. So that section I am quite a bit stronger through. So we... Damn it, that's let him get away. That's alright, let's see if we can hold off Jakey, mate.
Car on your left. Clear. Right side. Clear on the right.
Saw the opportunity. I've got to rein in 2 seconds now. That's how easy it is to lose a bit. We just got a bit confident through that sector where I knew I was a bit faster than the two boys in front, and then I just clipped that last curb and it pushed me sideways. So it's going to be a tough gig to come back from here, especially with these guys being so smooth and consistent. Oh, we brought back a second. We've got 10 incident points though, so we can't afford any more off tracks in the next 8 laps. Got to stop going back to second gear for that second last corner. Got to stop going off track at that last corner, which I didn't this lap, which is good. But yeah, it's an interesting pump here under the start finish line.
The car in P6 just set the fastest lap. 1.916.
Fry and light up the rear tyres on that exit. That's what I mean when you get on the gas that little bit too soon. See if we can bring in the time through this section again. They are hampered by each other there. So we're sitting on a second and a half, so we've brought in a second over that lap. Just need to keep at it. We've got Punt in 4th place, 2 seconds back. He's had a bit of a moment. We've got 7 laps to go and 7 incident points to play with for a drive through. I think we're feeling pretty sweet here. It's going to be a drag race under brakes. Who's the more confident? As they battle, it's led us right back on to the tail of these guys though, which is fine because I'm happy to join the fight. It is super fun driving with these guys. It really, I said in yesterday's video, I think it was. Oh wow, clear. So frustrated. Right, clear. Wow, tonight's pushed me to my limits, that's for sure. Unreal. Well, you're watching the highs and lows of Travi again now. Now I've dropped from 2nd to 7th. Unreal. 3rd to 7th. There's no coming back from that one.
Go right. Left side. Stay on the right. You're in the middle. 3 wide. 10 minutes to go. Clear.
Ease through
2
there.
wide. Time to push. Clear.
Put us back to 5th. We are chasing 4th place now. Alright, let's go. So we're not going to catch the guys in front, unfortunately. Brody up in front of us there, he started from the pits, that's why we didn't see him. He won the last race, so he's obviously quite a talented driver. I just need to work on that consistency, guys.
Right side. Clear on the right.
Off tracks. So the concentration levels are really gone now. I will push myself. Tomorrow I plan on doing another 2.5 hours, and I plan on doing 5 hours on Saturday night. So I'll log on 2 hours before the start of the 3-hour endurance race. So I'll do a 2-hour session before that. 2 trying to rein in Punt, who's being super consistent in front of us there as well. Brody's absolutely gone from us, and the boys in front of... we only lost 5.5 seconds to them. But it's enough through that spin. It's frustrating when I do that. I have a habit of doing that pretty much every race. And on a day like today, where I'm feeling pretty average as it already stands, not through anything other than my own health benefits of a massage, but it just knocks you around a little bit. But these are the challenges you got to get through. You can never give up.
There's an incident behind.
Never ever give up. We've got to keep going. Tell you what, I cannot catch Punt, and I cannot catch the guys in front. Brody's pulling away consistently, a second a lap. The guys in front are half a second a lap faster. Got to concentrate on not overdriving the car through this section now. Chasing down Punt, and he will know it. The worst thing I can do is overdrive it and have another incident. This will most certainly drop me out of third in the championship though, but that's okay. We've got 5 more rounds I think after this one. I think it's 5 more rounds after this one, so I'm not sure where the calendar goes to next actually. I should have a look and familiarise myself with the tracks, but we'll always do a half-hour practice session before these for these league races to make sure we've got got a handle on the car and got an idea on where the track goes at a minimum. I mean, I know where this track goes, but as you can see, it's a bit of battle tonight. Wonder what this would be like if I hadn't had a massage today. Whether I'd be any more consistent, or probably just as worried about making mistakes. But I've always got to look at the bright side of my mistakes, is that I'm not crashing into people. I very, very rarely cause accidents.
Just a second to pass the lap of the session.
We had 5 minutes to go, so I think this will only be a 13 lap race, Travi. That's okay. So not a huge amount of laps on the cards for tonight. Not a huge amount. However, I think tonight we've learned more about ourselves than needing to do more laps, because like I said, it's pushed me to the limit tonight. And that spin when I was actually having a really good race really frustrated me. I don't feel like I was overdriving, it was just that split second lack of concentration. We are up onto the tail end of punt here. Those boys went well and truly away. Well and truly away. Trying not to overdrive it at the back here, just to see this out. I think tonight's a good night for a nice warm shower and a glass of Milo, I think, guys. Wow, I keep getting on the gas too early out of that corner. So we will have the white flag this time around. Guys, we've got about 3 minutes left in this stream, but I do always want to thank you guys for tuning in. These streams won't always be a barrel of laughs. Much like running a marathon, living life with special needs, with leukodystrophy, it's like this, and this is the emotional roller coaster of life, day in, day out, really. You never know what the next day has in store, and today I was actually really looking forward to a massage, and now I am really feeling pretty average for my efforts. So it's all pretty relative when you have a look at it, and how I have a look at how James will be feeling, or how I imagine he'll be feeling with the roller coaster of emotions of his condition. This is exactly it, and trying to concentrate and struggle through these sort of things, and much like James struggling through a physio session or a speech therapy session or anything, that while he's distracted and worried about other things, it gives me a real indication on what life must be like. And like I said, this is only a metaphorical sort of thing. I'm driving a game. I could choose not to drive this. I could go to bed early. But it gives me that understanding of what I can do, and it's only a very, very small thing I'm doing here. And I know guys in the military, marathon runners, they push through much harder scenarios than this, but for me it's a good sign of being aware of what my body needs. Yeah, so it's quite interesting to really understand that, really understand that. So there's a lot of people out there in the world much tougher than me and do much more incredible things than I do. And this project is just the tip of the iceberg of putting myself through. I said only 2 hours tonight. It's not a huge ask, but
Car right. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right.
nope, I almost died as well, mate. I got on the gas and lit it up. Pump was saying I was too polite there.
Car right.
Oh no!
Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right.
No! Punt's got it. Punt's got it, mate. Oh no!
Alright,
Oh mate, good race, Punt.
Nice run. Solid
Wow,
work.
that was the intense. Oh wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we did manage 14 laps there again. I'm also going to get the wheat pack for my relaxation therapy tonight. Wow. I've done a lot of whinging and complaining tonight, but like I said, believe it or not, I'm feeling really, really positive. It's a bit of a deep and meaningful chat, like I said, that I attribute that to a grind in life. And it's absolutely about being aware of my body. I like to really try and understand what I'm feeling, and maybe I put too much emphasis onto that. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But it's interesting to go along for this roller coaster. So, as always, I absolutely thank you guys for tuning in. We have officially crossed the 400 lap mark as I update the laps for Leuko counter here. As we've done 408 laps. So we are going to do 39 laps times 5.52 kilometers. So that was another 215 kilometers. We add that to the 1902.49. So we've now officially done over 2,000 kilometers. 2117.77. 408 laps and 2,000 kilometers. Not a bad effort so far. I absolutely think if I didn't do the Nürburgring Nordschleife on Sunday, we'd probably have that lap counter quite a lot higher. I only did 33 laps on Sunday, but you saw I could quite easily do 100 in a 2.5 hour session. I did 33, but the distance is pretty similar. So, like always, guys and girls, if you are liking what we are doing and you'd like to try and find a way to help our project, leuko.org.au/support us/donate now. If you've got a spare couple of dollars to contribute, every donation in Australian dollars over $2 is tax deductible, and every donation does go directly to Leukodystrophy Australia, where they are helping families just like ours with some of the difficult circumstances of leukodystrophy and just support and advocacy along the journey. So thanks very much for tuning into our channel again, guys. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest content to watch tonight. The racing was brilliant, except for my spins. But we'll try and be back a bit more positive tomorrow, and we'll throw in another 2.5 hours and get ourselves towards the end of the first week of Laps for Leuko. Thanks very much, everyone, again, and have a lovely evening or morning wherever you're watching.